Hello, hello. If you can hear me and see me, please let me know. Me and the charts. Okay, Twitter is sent. Wonder if Elaine is here. We're gonna talk about the market. We're at a cool, all good. Okay. Hold on just a second. I want to post the link. Somewhere else. 1 second in free chat. I had a weird issue this morning. My phone did an update, or not my phone, my computer did a Windows update, and I couldn't do anything. I had to like reinstall Alienware Command Center. I don't know, it was crazy. Okay, we're going to talk about time frame continuity because it's important, and where we are is important right now. And time frame continuity is going to change depending on where we are. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to start with the futures, or I guess I do. Okay. The first thing I want you guys to note is this yellow line that says year open. That's the year open. So above that line, which is 6902, if you've been watching the Ninja Trader stream on Sundays, well, this week it was Monday, but Pax talks a lot about the opening year range and the opening print, as do we, because that controls our time frame continuity for the year. So if we're above the line, year is green. If we're below the line, year is red. We are trading right around it. So that is subject to change, obviously, as these candles can confirm or negate yearly continuity because we just opened the year, right? So we're still kind of trading around that level and kind of trying to see what is going on. So the market was closed Monday. So Tuesday, if you pretend here, we're just gonna ignore that. Okay, so yesterday, this was yesterday's candle. Yesterday, we had full time frame continuity to the downside because we were below the year, right? Below the yearly open, we were below the monthly open, we were below the weekly open, we were below the daily open. We had full time frame continuity to the downside yesterday. Today, completely different story. So you have to be aware of these things because when they change, that matters. How they change matters. What day of the week they change matters. We always call turnaround Tuesday on a holiday week. So like when the holiday falls on a Monday, the market's closed on a Monday. So the second day of the week is Wednesday. So we call it turnaround Twinsday because yes, it's not Tuesday, but it's still the second day of the week, which can confirm or negate weekly continuity. Does that make sense? Okay, hold on. Okay, no questions so far. Okay, so that was yesterday. Full time frame continuity to the downside. How do we exit this? What happened today? So the first thing I want to note, before the morning opened, before regular trading hours opened, the overnight session had already taken out. I'm going to keep confusing the days. Today's Wednesday, right? Yes. So overnight, they had already taken out Tuesday's lows and were coming back through the range. So we already had green time frame continuity on the daily by the time that the market opened. So for 3 out of the 4 futures, this morning we were anticipating outside days, which we did get on NQ right away. ES was a different story. It did end up doing it, but it did it in a different way. And I'm going to kind of get into both of these. But right at the open, we had simultaneous 60s to the upside. Okay, so first of all, knowing that we have outside day potentials for the futures tells us that we are also very likely to trigger 2-2 reversal days on SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA, right? Because if we're trying to go outside day on the futures, that means we're trying to take out Tuesday's highs. So for SPY, that means we're trying to take out Tuesday's high as well. So if you go to the 4 hour, I just want to show you guys the 4 hour. It was really nice. This was the simultaneous break at the open. 2 down, 2 up. Okay, but I want to show you the 4 hour because it was even easier. It looks ugly now, but it got where it was supposed to get. Did that make sense? Yeah, sure. It got where it was supposed to go. So, replay. So this is what we had at the open. At today's open, before the market opened, we had a red 2 down 4 hour. Okay, there's the open. So they open. You can get long. How do you make this thing go faster? One. So the target is up there, right? 2 down, 2 up, which would take out Tuesday's high, which would make ES and NQ also do it. So boom, we do it. You can take your target profit there. Hold on. Ugh, this is freaking me out. Hold on. So you had from here to here, you had a 4.3 $4.35 move. I don't know why I can't talk today. They don't let me out much. And I didn't stream today, so like my voice isn't I don't have one. Okay, how long did that take? Let's look. I think it took an hour or two. It took 2 hours to get from the 4 hour trigger to the 4 hour target, which triggered the day. But then we got a flip. Let's keep playing this. We got a simultaneous 60-minute down. Okay, which target 1, low of day. Target 2, outside day. Okay, this is the one I did not get. Neither did Alex. He was pretty not happy. But I was like, dude, chill out. Like, it's the beginning of the year. We have all the time in the world. Don't worry about it. But like the SPX contracts moved like 500% in a few minutes. So target 1 is a new low of day, right? Okay, boom, new low of day. Boom, okay? Now this is an exhaustion level. We still have potential outside day magnitude, but we have to wait for more setups. So then what happens? We get a new, everybody's aware we're watching the 60-minute chart, right? Okay. We get a new 60-minute candle that is going to confirm or negate the move. We can't do anything. We're an inside 60, so we just have to wait. Okay? We have an inside 60. Now, personally, we were wanting to see inside and down to go outside day, or inside and up, like a rev strat, so like failure to go up and then come back down for outside day magnitude, since we had full time frame continuity to the downside at this time. Because if we're below the daily open, we also have full time frame continuity to the downside because we were red on all the time frames. Okay, but we didn't get that. Instead, and there was nothing, we couldn't enter short, right? Our short would have been there. Inside, down. A 2-1-2 down for outside day magnitude. But what happened? You had an inside 60. This one's still cooking. So you can't call this an inside bar because it's not closed. It's still cooking. What happened? Inside up. Wait, and then you'll see the Trump tweet. Okay, Trump tweet. So what happened was you had a broadening formation here. You made a new low on the day. So we know that that is temporary or short-term exhaustion risk. Anytime we make a new low or a new high of the day, that is exhaustion risk. So we never got the downside signal. You did get an upside signal back through the range. So you can view this broadening formation like this, like today's low, high, new low, they went and made a new high, which also flipped time frame continuity. You can see where these lines are open. That's the daily open. That's the weekly open. That's the monthly open. So this inside 60 and up with the volatility being high and with all the headline risk and everything with tariffs and what the hell else is going on? Tariffs, Greenland, whatever, Trump tweeting, like this this is a market that it's you have to be ready to make moves, right? And you have to have your stops in. And if you didn't have a stop in and you were short because you never got a reversal and it just blasted up, you probably, if you didn't have a stop in, you probably got really hurt. So always important, especially in this market driven environment or news driven environment, to have your stops in. So we didn't get the outside day, but we got a reversal back through the whole broadening formation. Does everybody understand what happened? Even if you like ignore all this price action, here is the broadening formation. Low, high, new high. Probably nice and clear on a 30-minute even. 30-minute was choppy in here for sure because we were like a sideways 60, but broadening formation nonetheless. And am I still in replay? I am. Where are we after hours? Slightly up. So, all right, now let's go to the day. So what does that mean? Going forward, you can see I have a broadening formation drawn for you. High, low, new high, new low, coming back through the range. Where are we trying to go? I mean, I just drew it for you, but we took out this pivot low, right? That's an exhaustion level for sure. Now, we could have gone outside month, but we didn't. Why? Because we got a 2-2 reversal today. Now, if this would have kept puking, like if we had taken out Tuesday's low today, we probably would have gone outside month. But that's not what we got. So if you were short, you had to make a decision today. And all, again, time frame continuity is all green again. So tomorrow, I'm kind of basing everything off the futures for me, but tomorrow we're a lot closer to going 3-2 continuation up to going double outside week. Okay, so SPY would be a double outside week. ES would just be a single outside week because we didn't go outside week last week on ES. It was just a red 2 up. So potentially we only have 2 trading days left, but with how volatile things have been, it really wouldn't be hard to get up there. And I'll show you, I mean, you can see your broadening formation right here, but if you need to see the weekly, there's the exhaustion low. This is a weekly pivot low. So trend traders have their stops there. So if anybody had been long using this as a stop, they just got stopped out. 2-2 reversal the other way. Okay. I even made a post on Twitter. We're reclaiming last week's range. So last week was a 3, which doesn't technically, it's not that big of a deal that it has to be, it doesn't have to be a 3. Anytime we're reclaiming a previous range, your potential is for an outside bar. So potential for a 3-3 week. Now, are we going to get it? I don't know. I hope. We'll see. And then we'll have to reevaluate because right now we went from yesterday, red full time frame continuity, to today, full time frame continuity is green. So this is why we're at this important level. And Technically, hold on, where's the month open on SPY? Open 685.71. We're above it in the after hours. ES, the monthly open is the year open. Okay. So we're above it on ES, which is more so what I care about. So yeah, does anybody have any question? What does this mean? Hey, do you teach? No. Sunday night stream is the best stream. It was a fun one last time. Yeah, Marlin, somebody answered right below you. TFC open. Hey, Elaine. Yep. Trump tweet. Hello, Cooper. We can talk about AMD. That's kind of a cool one. Because AMD was triple outside week. What, or triple? I forget. 1, 2, 3 expando. So AMD outside week, outside week, outside week. What is that telling you? It's telling you there's a broadening formation there. Okay, and then if we can stay above, we are doing what? We are expanding the broadening formation, which also re-triggered the month because they triggered the month, negated the month, came back up, re-triggered the month. So they've been dancing around here for 4 weeks, the monthly trigger. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We've touched it for 4 weeks, the monthly trigger, but now it's going. It was the inside month and up. So AMD is trying to get to new all-time highs, basically. And today you had a 3-2 continuation entry on a gap up, but still it worked. There was probably, I wonder if there was a 4-hour. I wasn't looking that close. Just kind of a gap and go. Gap and green from the open. Ugh. This is why my neck hurts so bad all the time, because I'm always leaning in. It's very bad. I'm redoing. Remind me to redo my, I'm gonna write it down. Redo monitor setup. I might need a bigger table. The VIX today, what did it do? Went 2 up, 2 down, negating the month. I'll show you the month. No longer in force on the month. So for the indices, whatever, futures, whatever, that's bullish. So, and again, we're a lot closer to triggering the 3-2 continuation up, and then we've only got 3 targets above before we hit an all-time high again. And NQ, I'll remind everybody, is a double inside month. But look at the broadening formation. Look at the internal. We talk about price discovery and internal broadening formations. You see these pink lines? That's last month's range, which is also a major leg, if you want to call it that. Okay? All of this is inside of that. This is what we call price discovery, where price will start over in a series of broadening formations. This is like the best example I can give to you is you've got this range and then you have a broadening formation within the range. The internal range is trying to get bigger and it's killing trend traders. So anybody who's like, oh, we just changed a trend bullish, I'm long. right? Because a bullish trend change would happen right here. We'll know that's the top of our Broadening formation. Puke to the lows. They're like, cool, support broke. I'm going to short here and target this support. No, not today. Full time frame continuity, green coming back through the range. We're going back up through this Broadening formation. So this is how the trend traders get killed and we crush, is Broadening formations. So does everybody see how this, all of this price action is inside of this? This is technically, it's a compound inside bar, but it's also an internal Broadening formation. So all of this price action is stuck inside here, hence your double inside month. And it's just a matter of blending candles or using multiple time frame analysis. When you get good at blending candles, you don't need to like look at this as much, like the higher time frames, but it is important to know what's going on. And if you mark your charts properly, you're going to know that you're an inside month, because that's what two pink lines on my chart means. It means it's an inside month because we could break up or down. I don't care which. Well, I'd prefer down, but I don't care, you know? Is there anything you use to stay on top of the time, since time frame candle opens are so significant intraday? We just pay attention to the flip. I pay attention every 30 minutes because on the futures, we get a flip at the top of the hour, and on the indices, we get a flip at the bottom of the hour. So I'm always paying attention at the .00 and the .30, or colon 00:30, you know, an analog clock, which kids don't know how to read these days. Elaine and I were talking about that. Idiots. But it's a Broadening form. It's a Broadening formation inside of a range. It's an internal Broadening formation. Price discovery. I do not set alarms. I have a countdown on my chart so I can see when we're going to flip. So like we're going to flip in 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. I just look at my timer all the time, my countdown. It's just part of my analysis at this point. It's very easy to turn that on. I just forgot how. Settings. What if you... I forgot. You can ask Google if you need to know. Google will tell you a lot faster than I can because I don't mess with my charts once I have them set up the way I like. Or I have an idea. You guys are going to hate me for saying this out loud. You could say, Alexa, set a timer for every 30 minutes. Alexa. Shit. Alexa, cancel alarms. Everybody's Alexa probably just went off. But you could do that, you know, whatever you need to do. And then for futures, I use all the hours. For the indices, I do not. Because futures trade 23 hours a day. So that information is important. EMD was up almost 8% today from that 3-2 expansion. Astis took a beating. Yes, that's what I call it. CCJ and URA doing good. Damn. Awesome. Even up after hours, inside day and up. Look at that. Inside month and up. Boom. New all-time highs, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 3-2 year. So I can delete that because it expanded to the upside. Feel good. Wow. This has something to do with what did I just read something about Alex? Something about I don't know. I don't know about any of this stuff. Something about it's cheaper to use uranium than it is to like mine for Bitcoin. I don't know. Something along those lines. You have to turn the labels on. You got to go into your settings and turn the labels on. Go mess with your indicator settings. So yeah, so we shall see what happens tomorrow. Look at this, VIX down 15%. Almost 16. So, oh no, it's not gonna do. So hopefully we trigger the days up tomorrow. Because again, back to full time frame continuity, so pay attention. Elaine sent me a message about Oracle. Hello, Broadening formation. Hello, 2-2 reversal at the top and no higher. Oh, that's perfect. Ba, 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 ba. Broadening formation. Reversal was up here at 200. 2-year magnitude. 1, 2, 3, 4. In 5 days, you had a 12% drop. This is just perfect. This is perfect strat. High, low, new high, new low, new high, new low to the major low. Quite a pivot machine gun down. Very nice. In my best Borat voice. Love it. Everybody see that? Da, 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 da. I hate Apple. I absolutely hate it. Except it did what it was supposed to do this time. The month triggered the quarter. Month below 266.95. This is a great chart for me to post on Twitter. And you actually had actionable signals that did it. You would have got smoked on, not smoked, but you would have got faked out on that day. But then the next day, next actionable signal day, it would have worked. So here, 3-2 day down to trigger the month. Down, down, down. Did not hit that target. Corrective activity. Right? So then if you tried to short on the 2-2 day down, didn't work. You'd have to get out once they triggered it down and then change continuity. It's not working. You got to get out. Well, actually, I believe it hit this target. 55, 40, 30. Hold on. 256.80. 256.71. So it did hit the target one, but that was it. And then it reversed. So then Boom, get in here. 212 day down, boom. So the week triggered the month, triggered the quarter. So technically, from there to there, a $25 drop or 9.3%. So this was a good domino. And the week was also a 3-2. 3-2, trigger month, trigger quarter. Bam. There's your Broadening formation now. Now we don't know. So now they might get some corrective activity since they triggered the quarter, which is a major target on the slower time frame on the weekly. So this is likely where you would see profit taking. So pay attention to this inside day. It's either going to confirm or negate the quarterly trigger. So whichever way that goes. Very nice. Yeah, it's acting right. I just hate trading Apple. I think it sucks. I just don't like it. It never does what like I want it to do. And I don't like when things don't listen. I know it sounds crazy, but I just don't like trading it. And that's okay. Yes, every once in a blue moon I will trade it, but it's rare. Trump tweet. Sorry, there's like a piece of fuzz in my mouth. Lip lip gloss makes things stick to your lips. Sorry. My lip gloss is popping. That's ugly, but I'm usually better at doing this, but something like that. Because if you view these as ranges, high, low, and what happened? Failure to stay below the lows. Where are we going? Compound outside bar. That was the target, and then it kept going till the flip. So you could have technically gotten all that. Wow. Nice short, and then boom, nice long. Nice big long candles today. I mean, today was very nice. It just sucks that our volatility is dying again. I really wanted it to rocket. Oh well. Nope. I don't use any of the weird time frames. I don't really need to. All we need to know right now is we're failing the month, so we're trying to go outside month. Which would mean last year's lows. Oh. Yeah, mind the flip. And I don't trade the VIX because every time I've tried, I have gotten screwed somehow. Even though I buy at exactly the right time, I'm just not good at trading the VIX. And I'm okay to admit that. So this would be our broadening formation. It would just be like this. Candle blending. Like if you went to like a, I don't know, 4-day. Well, that's ugly. It's also ugly, but it's there. We took out, again, if you view it as a range, failure to stay above last month's highs and back down is trying to target last month's lows. I don't know, we'll see. I heard he like, who was it that said something about he like said like never mind on the tariffs for Greenlanders. I don't know. I think Chuck said it. And if it was a short-term reaction, fine. We will play it, but this broadening formation looks really nice. Come back up here. Now I'm rather it go back up here because this is screwing people up in here and people would not expect for it to go all the way back up. People are like, oh, I'm going to look for a lower high because this is a downtrend. We have a lower high, a lower high. I'm going to try and short it, hoping it comes back down here. But if we go 3-2 up, anybody trying to build a short position is going to get screwed because we're going to go broadening formation and then trigger the inside month and up. I talked about this last week. I talked about regular traders, or the traders I kind of learned from who like to predict what price is going to do without seeing it in the charts. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me now. Knowing what I know now, it's crazy to me now. Okay. Does anybody have any crazy chart requests or doesn't understand why something moved the way it did? Look at gold. I saw the puke. What time was 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock. Yeah, so the market rallied and gold tanked on the Trump tweet, as did silver. 2 o'clock. So we had simultaneous breaks. The precious metals were inverse, though. They went down. Looks like we got possibly some inside 4 hours cooking. Yep. And these close out and they still have like half the time left, an hour and 47 minutes. Oil has the month back in force anytime we're above 60.50. Right? We're still trying to trigger the quarter up there at 62.92. That's what that line is. It's me saying if we're above this line, bullish. If we're below that line, bearish. Always a line in the sand. Q's is a double inside month. Or no, I think NQ took out last month's highs, but C futures didn't. And it's too early to tell, especially if we're going to trade up tomorrow, which I think we will. Because this downside got rejected hard. So let's go broadening formation, their asses. I mean, looks like we're trying to come back down here, which I know Alex has been talking about this. He wants to buy a bunch more if we get down here, and he wants this. And we got the weekend force still. Bitcoin puked earlier. I was talking about this on the Ninja Trader live stream. We hit a bunch of targets, but Trump tweet. We had a 60-minute reversal here, which made a new low. I tweeted about it, and then Trump tweet. So, but Bitcoin, I still want lower, so Ripple should go with it. But again, very news-driven market. You got to be careful. It's an inside bar if it has 2 equal highs or 2 equal lows. You must break. Must break. Well, energy is very bullish, so the long was down here, target 1, target 2. 16 to 27. That's nice. Shit. Shit. I should add this to my thanks. MP also trying to reverse. Oof, outside weak. Got to be careful of this broadening formation. So what happened today was MP went, yep, didn't mean to do that. Oh my God. MP went 322 day down, negating the month. But it did just stop out this pivot. So you could potentially get a reversal here to back and re-trigger the month. What if, let's see if you got an inside 4-hour low. Okay, 2 down green 4-hour. So potentially you could take the 4-hour up tomorrow if it triggers. So that's your bigger broadening formation, but here's your lower time frame broadening formation because it took out the daily target, right here. So you say to yourself, if the 4-hour 322 works, can that trigger the day, which it would do? Hey, Dan. Yeah, because people tend, so like Brandon, for the like inside bars, if it's equal highs, let's say, oh God, Okay, let's pretend those highs are equal. They look a little off to me, but oh god. Okay, you get the point. Pretend those highs are equal, right? People, if this high was 47.95, this high was 47.95. People don't put their stop at 47.95, they put their stop at 47.96. So for it to be a 2, it must break it. Make sense? Because it's all about like where the stops are. I remember I had that question early on. That's cute. Memories. Oh, Rob would love my little granddaughter. Okay, good. Makes sense. Come on, baby. I have some spy calls, so I want it to go up. Rob would be obsessed with that baby. Strat baby. He'd want to get it early. That's how we're going to teach her how to count. We're going to start with the 1s, 2s, and 3s. I need to get a hold of her. I got to my daughter too late. Now she wants it, but she's doesn't. She's not interested in learning. NVO. Where did it close? Or where is it after hours, I mean? After hours up 0.5%, 59.61. Okay, so still an inside 4 hour. Elaine, that's good for us. We can add. Because if the 4 hour works, it's going to trigger the daily rev strat. We can add twice. We can add on the 4 hour and the day. NVO, we've been talking about it on Twitter because it has the Eiffel Tower pattern, which I think Elaine coined. But we took out major downside targets or stops from 2022, and we just got our first quarterly reversal. Currently not in force, but we're hoping to get it back in force. So, hence the setup for tomorrow. And all they did today really was just come and fill this gap. So, if we get what we expect tomorrow, which is a bullish rev strat, and if it hits magnitude, what is that going to create, negate, or do to the higher time frames? It's going to put the quarter back in force, which is good. Because we have a giant pivot machine gun. And these are only the quarterly targets. I don't even have the monthly targets. I should get them. Let's get them. We're going to make... No, not like that. We're going to do dark green one line thickness. That's how I'll know that they're the month. Cool. And hopefully, people start to see this because technical analysis traders are going to say, oh, this is a trend change. We have a lower high, now we have a higher high. So we really want that day to keep going. We don't want this to become a Broadening formation and start coming back down. And we've got a new year, green on the year. You can see we took out our yearly magnitude, which I already showed you was a major pivot low on the month or quarter. And we're trying to go back up. And this could go pretty quickly. I think once we take out this guy, I feel like it should start going fairly fast. But we'll see. Gotta buy time. I've been doing like this lately for like major targets. I've been doing a dashed line. I don't know. I just do all kinds of things. I know what they mean, but and there's your broadening formation, right? Potential for our broadening formation. Buckley, you need to study the sheet. It's on the sheet. This would be a 2-bar rev strat. Where I'm looking for something. Blinded by the light. I fucking hate white screens now. Ugh. 2-bar rev strat. Inside, 2 down, 2 up. This guy. This gentleman. Oh, that's so white. Oh my god, get it out of here. Ah, my eyes. People who say white screens are not bad for you are insane. I even have blue light filter eyeglass prescriptions and they still like it burns like it like it feels like probably what Superman felt like when he like sprayed lasers out of his eyes. That's what it feels like, but the lasers are going into my eyes. It's opposite Superman. I'm Superman opposite. I don't. I need more human interaction throughout the day because I don't make any sense. Get. And I bought my magnitude calls. I want new all-time highs now. I flipped it. Okay, YouTube chat. Let's see. Pew pew. Elaine and I both have Pivot Machine Gun Pew Pew shirts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it hurt my eyes too. I'm sorry. I should have warned you guys. It's sheer flipping it. I forgot. She's actually saying something backwards. What is it? Oh, is it flip it and reverse it? Yeah, that's what she says backwards, I think. Tish in that tip. Shit. Hold on. Steve just went off. A 30-minute alarm. Oh, okay. All right. Oh my God, I'm watching this show called The Following with Kevin Bacon. It's from 2015, I think. Amazing. Amazing. Elaine, you can't watch it. You'll be scared. You'll have nightmares. I have Elaine watching Parks and Rec. Or she's supposed to be. I mean, you really can't binge it. It's good for like a few episodes at a time. But The Following, I've been binging it. It's on Netflix. So I'm gonna go watch that. Sit in my bed and episode 5. Okay. And if you really want a good laugh, the following is amazing. I'm only in season 1, but if you really want a good laugh, you guys should check out. We were talking about Reno 911 too. But Impractical Jokers. If I was ever in a bad mood, that would make me laugh so much. Who's gonna trigger first? New day. We got full time frame continuity. Everybody's green. Who's coming with me? This is nothing. Gotta love these broadening formations, buddy. And if we get a measured move, if we get a measured move of today, I doubt we will because of Trump, but we'll get to our target tomorrow. Oh, that would be so nice. We might. This might, freak a lot of people out. A lot of people could be short. I don't know. It is a downtrend. Oh, Arrested Development. Brandon, on a rev strat, let's say 122 bullish. I get in treating it like a 212, but then it revs, so initial entry is a loser. You just close, and sometimes that's a loser, sometimes it's a winner. Because sometimes they hit magnitude, sometimes they don't. But yeah, sometimes they hit magnitude. Boop. The 212 hits magnitude. So you're supposed to be reducing here. Right? Sometimes they don't hit magnitude. And you get a flip and it goes green. You should still be protecting your stop. So your entry. So red 2 down that didn't hit magnitude, then you get a new flip and then it starts green. You need to get out, hopefully for not a loss, and then go the other way and then reduce at a new high. That looks like a 4. I don't mean for it to look like a 4. Does this make sense? A 212 down either hits magnitude or doesn't. But still, it should technically move enough to where you can get your stop to break even. It almost never just, I don't know how to shrink that now. Yeah. Is good. It took me a second to realize what the hell you were talking about. Field goal. I gotcha. I'm not a sports person. Is good. Okay, this is where I need to get off because now I'm being ridiculous. Alrighty. Okay, everybody, good luck tomorrow. Let the charts lead you. Don't get stuck in a bias. Somebody got really mad at me on Twitter earlier when I said, "Hey, we're reclaiming last week's range and full time frame continuity is green." They're like, "How dare you?" I'm like, I mean, we had full time frame continuity red yesterday. I don't make the charts. I just tell you where we're at, what's happening. So people like that just aren't trading the strat and they want to get mad and they're like, the strat doesn't work. And it's like, no, you're not changing with the strat. Every candle, we talk about this a lot, confirms or negates. When we had a green 2 down today, that was challenging the monthly sellers, the weekly sellers, because the day is in control. So outside day, it did go. And I even mentioned it. Well, we talked about NQ. NQ hit outside day very early and then reversed, which was really nice. I'll show you before I get off. Right here. That was our target. 25,472 for outside day because we had a green 2 down day. Market opened, everything started blasting 2 up. Okay, then we got a new flip, still green, continuation, boom, straight to outside day magnitude. Then what happened? I think the 30-minute was the clearest. Yeah. That white line right there, all this clutter over here. The yearly open also was right there. The yearly open, outside day magnitude, the new week opening gap, which is just the opening print. It's candle continuity, weekly candle continuity. All that stuff was right there. Those 3 things were right there. Then what happened? Exhaustion, 2-2 reversal, bam, bam. Didn't take the third one out, but puked really hard that first 30 minutes, which was really nice. And you could have stayed in until the 15er reversed. So, and look at this, 2 down, 2 up 15er. Could have entered right there. Could have exited there, shorted here, exited there. Play both ways, inside 60 and up to new high of day at least. I mean, there was lots of money to be made today. 228 points to the upside in an hour. 225 to the downside in an hour. You know, a whole lot of points. You can trail on the 15-minute. You can trail on any time frame you want, but okay. All right. Yes, today was beautiful. Very, very nice. I thought we were going to come all the way back down. That's why we were watching those 60s, 4 back down, because we came all the way back through. So we were expecting more downside. But the Trump tweet changed everything. It changed all continuity back to green. So. All right, that's it for me. That's enough for me. I just want my alerts to go off when we trigger the day. You know, I just hope we gap up to all-time highs tomorrow in the morning. That would be amazing. Will it happen? No. Do I want it to? Yes. Does that matter? No. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. I do believe Alex is going to be doing a live stream again for the public on Friday. Our plan is to do an open live stream every Friday in hopes that you guys make a bunch of money that you join us every other day in the premium chat. It's only 150 bucks a month, and one trade can pay for it. And we help all day, and it's good stuff. We wouldn't sell it if we didn't believe it. So, okay, have a good night, guys.